Hello.
大家好.
Apa khabar?
Onia baingan, and can you believe that we're in the last week of November, guys?
Yes.
I mean, last time I checked my calendar, it is the end of the week.
The only reason I know it's the last week of November is because PKPV is coming to an end.
Apparently, it's being extended to the end of the year, though.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
What for the better, I guess. For the better.
Anyways, on the lineup this week, we have a whole bunch of updates from you from Marvel's Avengers, Red Dead Redemption Online, Monster Hunter World, and so much more. And as usual, I'm your friendly neighborhood gaming podcast guy, Kelvin, and with me, more friendly neighborhood gaming podcast guys, Jeff K,
Yo.
Afiq K,
Hey.
they're not brothers, and Jovan Lam.
Hello there.
And on the studio today, we finally see Chief in the studio. Chief, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Hello.
All right, and let's get the show going.
So first up on the news, Marvel's Avengers. What do you guys think of Marvel's Avengers? I was really looking
I still
forward to
stand
the
true
game.
to what I say about, Marvel Avengers.
What was that?
The game itself. So
What was
basically, they took all the C-class actors because they can't afford all the A-class actors, and it's like, hey guys, we have a proposal for you. You know, we're coming out with a Marvel Avengers game. We can't afford all the A-listers, so you guys are there.
Right.
Right, and you get like a made in China Captain America, a knocked off Thor. The only one that stays true
Harsh,
to who they are is Hulk. You know, you can't go wrong with Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, how do you go wrong with Hulk?
Exactly.
It's a different shade of green.
No, you get that and that Ang Lee movie that was released. That was the first Hulk movie. That's how you go wrong with the Hulk.
Oh, with what's his name?
His name is Bruce something.
Is it the wrestler guy?
No, not the wrestler guy. Who was from Munich.
Yeah, I know. He's like,
yeah. His name is Bruce something.
yeah.
Wait, what's the director
Oh
called?
shit.
Ang Lee. By the way, Ang Lee.
This is from 2012, I think.
No.
No. It was like
2004, 2008, or some shit like that.
that Hulk.
yeah. What's his name? Bruce.
Bruce.
I know it's not Springsteen.
The first one.
Eric Bana.
Oh, sorry. Bruce.
Eric Bana. Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
Bruce Banner and
Yeah,
Eric
yeah,
Banner.
yeah.
I get it mixed up.
Yeah, that was actually pretty bad.
That's
Hulk.
how you go wrong with Hulk.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I kind of enjoyed the film when it was released.
Yeah, because I was a
kid.
We had nothing to compare it to.
Yeah,
Like
at
now
all.
that you have Hulk with
Holy shit.
what's the new guy?
I'm looking at the image here on Google Images, and this is a terrible, terrible Hulk, man. This is like,
Have you never seen the movie?
no, I have yet to.
Oh my!
Maybe it's
You
so
need
bad.
to.
Maybe it's so bad
You don't remember it.
that I just like delete the entire thing off my mind.
So, anyways, back to the news. Marvel Avengers, the game, was released on September 4th of this year,
Okay.
and I think there was a lot of hype for it. Well, not too much, but there was some hype over it. But they've just released a statement that they've only made 60% of the sales target, which means that they haven't actually made enough money to cover back their development costs.
Ooh.
And I don't know if any of you guys have played Marvel's Avengers. I've never played it myself, but I've seen people play it, and I gotta say there's a lot of things that are not... I'm not gonna say they're super wrong with it, but
I'll say it for you, it's super wrong.
there's just something not right about it.
Yeah, like I say, B, C class listers.
Yeah,
like,
I was just gonna add to what Kelvin said. Like when the trailer was released for that game, I wasn't really, blown
Sold.
away.
Yeah, neither was I.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Avengers and stuff, but I don't know. I can't really like put my finger on it because when I looked at the gameplay, I've seen other people play that game.
Yeah.
It looks like the graphics look amazing.
Yeah.
But it's very clunky.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
I was
doesn't-
gonna say that
It
too.
doesn't really give you that oomph.
Yeah.
You don't really make you feel much. I think it's the gameplay quality, and it doesn't really like match up to its graphics.
I
kinda
would
thing,
say,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say that the trailer itself is a bit misleading because throughout the promotional trailer, they were showing us you got your Captain America, you got Thor, you got Hulk, you got
Iron Man.
the typical
Everybody,
Avenger cast.
Black Widow.
But when you play the game, you're kind of misled because you end up playing Kamala Khan, which is the original name for Miss Marvel, right? And throughout the story, it's basically the Avengers made a mistake, they were disbanded, and then Kamala Khan comes in, and her job is to somewhat bring the Avengers back together.
Right.
And that's a good plot. I'm not saying it's a bad plot. I'm just saying that it's misleading because the trailer itself has been showing you gameplays of Heroes 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You know, you get to play a Thor, Iron Man, etc. And when the story really dives into like the plot itself, it just strays away from the entire genre of Avengers itself.
Yeah.
And you play as a character that basically no one really heard about.
Yeah.
You know? And she's there because, I mean, this is my personal opinion. She's there because, one, she is a minority.
Mm-hmm.
Two, she's a girl. And three, she's kind of like an indie hero that no one really knows about. You guys know about Squirrel Girl?
I know about Squirrel
What did you say?
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
So Squirrel Girl is actually one of the most powerful heroes in the it's not the MCU, but in the Marvel's comic book universe, right?
Because apparently she can actually take on Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
Alone.
So
It's kinda
yeah, I just personally, my opinion again.
Yeah.
It's very misleading.
Yeah.
From the trailers itself, from the
Yeah.
marketing itself, and also the roadmap for Marvel Avengers wasn't all that great because you do unlock the characters slowly.
Yeah.
But the DLC and the microtransactions all just completely make this potentially good game into a game as a service that don't really give you good service. So it's like game as a bad service instead of games as a service itself.
It kind of feels like they made this game to ride off the hype of Avengers from when was it last year?
See, that thing I don't understand because this game was developed by Square Enix, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it is.
And it kind of came out of the blue for me because Square Enix has been famous for making a lot of Final Fantasy games. Obviously, the Hitman franchise, continuing the Hitman franchise, and to come out of nowhere to, I don't know, release this, what do you call this, brawl, just basically punch your way through.
Yeah, smash and grab.
It's not really dense as well. I think that's one of the main elements on why this game didn't really reach its
peak potential.
Maybe
not peak or potential, more like what to cover up like the investments that they made to make this game, right? Yeah, to cut even. To cut even.
It also feels like it's kind of like the first dig into making a game like this, because I don't think they make a lot of games like this, right? Like comparing it to other games that they've created.
Well, if you want to put it like that, I mean, because the way that the game was designed, it doesn't feel like those Marvel Ultimate Alliance where you just, get your friends together on one couch and then you just play. Everyone gets a controller and then everyone just like shares a screen. Yeah. Everyone gets to play their superhero. You get to play there was one really good one where you can. I think it was the most recent Marvel Ultimate Alliance, some shit like that, where you get to play with X-Men characters. Right. But this one was I don't know, single player, and kind of makes it feel like they want to give it like that God of War 4.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, right.
I was going to say that.
Because of the graphics, dude.
Yeah.
It's the graphics.
The graphics
that
give
impression.
you, but when you play it, you realize that it doesn't feel like God of War. God of War had a feel to it when you played it,
Right,
the combat mechanics, the moving around, the adventure.
You get to feel some of the attack moves in God of War 4 and stuff. But I'm not trying to compare this game to God of War 4.
Of course.
What I'm trying to point out is that, I mean, this game doesn't really, even from looking at the trailer, it didn't even look that appealing. Right?
It's just a storytelling trailer, to be honest.
I was just going through this subreddit here called Our Games, right? And it is what the title that we're talking about. Yeah. And the first comment by user Shivam4321 says, "This game has laughable content. Just 3 known Marvel characters as bosses. You get Taskmaster, Abomination, and MODOK. you can count out Taskmaster because most of the time he bugs out and stands there doing nothing. How do you fuck up Rogue Gallery in a fucking Avenger game?
Wow.
Yeah, and also there's another point here that I would like to bring up, because what you said is they haven't recouped their investments yet, right?
Yeah.
And someone asked, does the investment include licensing fee by Disney?
Right.
And it says it's usually included as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the whole licensings work, right? Like if I want to create a Marvel Avenger game, do I pay for the licensing fee for Avengers itself, or do I have to pay for each heroes that I use?
I think it could be the latter.
It could.
It's definitely
If
the
I
latter.
remember correctly, it's each hero.
Yeah. So
Because each of them is its own unique IP.
yeah, that's true
Right.
too. So it might be a factor in that as well, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
They were too optimistic about the game itself. It came out, did quite poorly.
It doesn't seem like they were optimistic about it. I mean, that's just
I
my
don't know.
opinion.
It feels like a first dig at something like this, and probably it was their mistake for picking such a huge title for a first dig at a game like this. I
Maybe
you're-
they bite more than they could chew.
Yeah, because you're riding off of the hype of the last Avengers movie, which was
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
right? And people are looking forward to it. What you stamp Marvel's Avengers on anything, like people are
It's
going
like
to get
Star
excited.
Wars. It's like Star Wars.
It's like Star
right?
Wars.
but
It's like a cult
strangely,
following.
it didn't really like make that much profit, which is kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They should learn a thing or two
Exactly.
from Genshin though.
Yeah, dude, Genshin is on
recouped
another
their
world,
investments
man.
in like 2 weeks time, man.
I
Anyways,
think they did it in like less than a week.
Yeah,
right?
no, 2 weeks. The first week, okay. So the development cost for Genshin Impact was 100 million USD.
That's the same as Marvel's
Yeah.
Avengers.
The first week itself, Genshin has already made 50 million. And just so you know, it's a free game, not a AAA title price game, right?
Yeah.
And the second week itself, they made another 50 million. So in 2 weeks' time, they're basically broke even their investments already.
So just to financially compare those two games, the development costs for Marvel's Avengers was also $100 million. And up to today, they've only made back $67 million.
Yeah.
That cost does include development costs plus marketing costs. But yeah, 67 million, man, that's what they've made. And looking at Genshin Impact making 50 million within the first week, is that right?
Yep.
And this game coming out in September, there's been a couple of months.
just for all the audiences out there, I know it's unfair for us to compare Genshin and also Avengers. I'm just comparing it in terms of recouping their investments. So I'm just going to put it right here.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to highlight that the developers behind the Marvel Avengers are Eidos Montreal, and the other one is 1 second.
Yeah, as Jeff is checking it out, Marvel Avengers has a rating of a flat 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, yeah.
6 out of 10 on Steam, 6 out of 10 on IGN, 79% of Google user like this game, and on Google rating itself, it's only a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, going back to what I said, Eidos Montreal has been responsible for developing games such as Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You got Deus Ex Machina, Thief, and if you take a look at all of these roster of games that they have developed in the past, it doesn't really catch up with the vibe that they want to bring with Marvel's Avengers, because we all know that you get a bunch of superheroes. The first thing is going to come up in your mind is just you're going to brawl your way through a wave of bad
Minions.
guys. Whereas, like, I don't think they've experienced much developing games like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like unfamiliar grounds for them.
Yeah.
Because all the while they've been making all of these really great single player games.
Yeah.
Such as Deus Ex, Tomb Raider. I love their Tomb Raider games, even though like the last ones kind of feel a little bit stale. But still, they're really great single player games at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Then we get Marvel's Avengers. And it's supposed to be a game where you have to work together. That's what Avengers is all about, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess in a way, I mean, what I think they're a little bit inexperienced in developing, brawl out games like Marvel's Avengers, and I think that could be one of the main reasons why it didn't really appeal much to players on the first glance, because they're like, okay, this kind of feels weird. I think it's the pacing. Yeah, the pacing of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Kinda-
also it's a linear game.
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
Right.
Yeah,
It
all
is.
of their games are linear as fuck.
Yeah.
Because if we're comparing apples to apples, the other Marvel game that came out this year and last year was making headlines everywhere, which was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, that's an example of a Marvel game that's done well.
Yep.
yeah.
And that's a game that wasn't misleading in its trailers. It wasn't misleading. The level of graphics that you get is on par with the level of experience of playing that game. So I think those kind of things are very apparent once you watch the gameplay trailer. I think that's a very crucial period of time. And if Marvel's Avengers paid more attention to how they marketed that aspect of the game and paid more attention to how they developed the game from a mechanic standpoint, it would have made a difference. One of their investors, because they released a statement by their investors, I don't know if you guys agree with this. I don't, but the investor said that if the game wasn't released in the quarter that it did, which was September 4th, that'd make it the third quarter. It would have made a profit. Because I'm assuming he's saying that because they would have had more time marketing the game. But I feel like if the game is bad and it doesn't translate well on the trailer, the amount of time you market it, if it's longer, it just amplifies the fact that it's not good.
Yeah.
You know? Versus convincing someone else that, oh, you know what, maybe the game is good. After being marketed to it for like 3 months.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that and maybe perhaps the other games that was launched probably on the same month as well that could have maybe affected their sales as well. I don't know.
Was Miles Morales released around the same time?
No, it was last month.
That was last month. So
Last month is
October.
Yeah.
So September, so a month after.
Yeah, a month after. I don't know. It kind of died out really fucking fast, man.
What, Miles
What,
Morales?
Miles
Marvel
Morales?
Avengers.
it did.
Not Miles Morales. Come on, man. That's
Yeah, because that's still going on.
Yeah. That's what's going on now.
Yeah.
But Marvel Avengers, you know what? I think maybe is because like we've been knowing Avengers for like almost a decade now.
Yeah.
Maybe people are just tired of just playing the same old or seeing
Maybe.
the same old characters
That could be
over
it.
again. You know. Which is why they added like these new characters like Squirrel Girl
Yeah.
and an elastic looking. I can't remember the name of this elastic girl in this game, but I think I think people are just kind of jaded at this point.
Actually, you make a good point. That's actually a very strong
They want
point.
something new, man.
Yeah.
Like seriously, why couldn't they make like an X-Men kind of thing? That would be fucking cool.
Like
I
an
feel like
X-Men.
if they didn't go with Avengers, they
What's
would
that?
go with
What's
X-Men.
that game you and Katie played again? The Marvel Ultimate something.
Ultimate Alliance?
Dude, like we're talking about Lego Marvel Universe.
No, the other one. Oh wait, you didn't play the one. Ultimate Universe.
Ultimate Universe.
What happened in that one?
It's basically the entire roster of Marvel characters from X-Men.
Lego Marvel Universe. Dude.
Really?
Dude, I'm not kidding when I say this. This is the best Marvel game I've ever played. They gave you a whole city,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to play every Marvel character you can, along with their abilities.
So they add the whole roster in there.
X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, everybody.
Oh yeah, it was Lego.
amazing. And the best part was the last unlockable character in that game, and you have to complete it 100%. Like all the collectibles, you gotta collect them all. Like the character you unlock is Deadpool.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, dude, and
trophy
you
character.
get to like use this Uzis, you can use this
Yeah.
katanas and stuff.
That's
It's
sick.
amazing. You can
That's
fly
sick.
around and shit. So it's been, I think, almost a month or I think 3 weeks since the launch of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. And it comes to no surprise. I was already expecting it already after being bombarded with a lot of trailers showing how great this new console is, how user-friendly it is. We all have to, like, at one point realize that with this new, like, bunch of cool features and this new hardware, this next generation of gaming is definitely going to come with problems.
Yeah.
And that's what the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series has been facing, as has been reported by a lot of users that have the consoles already. So I'm just going to start with the PlayStation 5 issues
Okay.
first of all. So it's not just one issue. This is
multiple.
This is multiple issues.
A lot of them.
And I'm not trying to like throw shade at it. I'm not trying to completely think like, oh, add more support, why people should be buying PCs instead of consoles. No, I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to point out here is sometimes when you buy something, especially when it comes to hardware, you have to literally expect the worst.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel every time I buy a new motherboard or I buy like a new CPU. When you plug it in and you turn on PC, whether it's going to turn on or not.
This is why I never purchase the first generation of anything.
Right?
Right.
And to add to that, even if you want to get it, there's still like not enough stock for everybody.
Yeah.
Because
You're kind of forced to wait for the next
It's
one.
funny
anyways.
that you brought this up
Yeah.
because Nintendo has reportedly sold more consoles than the PlayStation 5 and Xbox combined.
we were talking about the Switch, right?
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, dude.
And everyone was like, of course, because Nintendo Switch actually has stock.
Okay, so
It's
anyway,
also smaller.
Yeah.
so anyways, so let's get on to the issues. I think this is also a great way for all of our listeners out there to be enlightened in case they're going to purchase the PlayStation 5 or
And if you've been impatient, this would probably serve you well. To just rethink if you want to get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Okay, so the first issue for the PlayStation 5, a number of PlayStation 5 users have reported encountering the issue where the PlayStation 5 games, they get stuck in the queue for download limbo.
Oh no.
You ever get that when you like
Yeah.
download
Yeah.
a new
Yeah.
game
I
on Steam?
hate that,
Yeah.
man.
And the system thinks that the game is downloading, but the download queue will be empty and won't clear. And apparently, like the only solution or temporary solution for this bug is actually do a full factory reset, which will leave you to re-download all of their softwares on the PlayStation 5.
I hate that.
Yes, but recently PlayStation support has offered a workaround for the issue, which did not require the
Reset?
the
Right.
factory reset.
So this
Okay.
is a software issue.
Actually, most of this comes from software issues.
Right.
Only some part of it is like hardware issues, which is actually a really much bigger problem. So the second issue is the DualSense controllers. They're not charging when the console is in rest mode. So, and they also get slower physical games getting installed when they're connected to the internet for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, which is weird. And sometimes the game actually the downloads actually freeze. Yeah.
Indefinitely.
Yeah, indefinitely, yes. But thankfully it's been fixed in a recent update. But this is the one that I want to cover. Like this is one of the bigger issues that surfaced during after the launch. So a lot of users have reported that this thing called major artifacting happens when they're playing their games. And if you don't know what that means, artifacting
Major artifacting.
artifacting is when you play a game and at some point you're going to see a lot of shapes and a lot of textures just getting jumbled up together.
Oh.
I posted a few videos here just to give you an example of how it looks like. It looks so bad. Like
I'm gonna click
it's
on one of
really a immersion breaking, especially, and it can happen. And it can happen to any games. Like for
Oh.
instance, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the worst one that players experience their games constantly stuttering and being interrupted by a complete green screen. And this happened in one of the videos here where.
Spider-Man.
Someone's playing the Spider-Man, and then suddenly it just stops and it goes. The whole TV turns completely green.
Oh, that looks like a terrible experience, man.
Yeah, man.
It really does.
Can you just imagine, paying for the console, bringing it home, being excited, and then playing, and then this shit happens? I'd be so pissed, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of people are feeling right now, especially only in like the third week of after the PlayStation 5 has been launched. The hardware issue that I mentioned just now was players have reported that the PlayStation 5 has been, how'd you say, they have their Blu-ray disc reader.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you play games, right, and out of the sudden, for 20 seconds, apparently from what is reported,
Yep.
it will make a lot of noise. Like the disc will spin I don't know how fast, but people have reported saying that the disc reader starts whirring up real fucking loud in the middle of their
scary,
game or in the middle of just them watching their Netflix movie. Out of fucking nowhere.
Oh, that's actually really,
even with
really
no disc.
scary.
No, only with the disc in. So the only way for them to just, not have that happen is just literally take the disc out, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really makes
Damn.
it's not as like, subtle as you think. It's really
Loud.
noisy. It's really loud.
Yeah.
Like even the PlayStation 4 didn't really like have this issue.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
if
the
you've
PlayStation 4
heard,
was loud still,
Yeah.
but it's not like we were expected to have a console to be, I don't know, like quiet,
Yeah.
right? Everyone
Yeah.
wants that.
I mean, console's a plug and play machine.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to think about it like a PC.
Yeah, for us PC users, we're kind of
Yeah,
like
we're
used
like-
to like the fan noise.
Well, yeah, especially
But, yeah.
when you're loading into a game.
Yeah, man. Or like if you played it for like 5 hours and
Yeah.
then you
Yeah,
take off your noise canceling headphones and then you realize how loud the fucking room is. Like,
And then moving on to the other their competitor, which is the Xbox Series X. Yes, loud noises have been reported from multiple players, but people have been speculating whether the Xbox Series X may have a faulty disk drive,
Right.
Okay.
even though it's like
Which
armed with
which
an
is
SSD.
which is forgivable.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
forgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another major problem for the Xbox Series X is that the 4K display can become corrupted. So when using the HDMI 2.1 to run a game in 4K and 120 hertz on your TV, a corrupted image notification will be displayed. Unfortunately, there's no permanent fix to this yet, but apparently restarting the console can help. Just the old switch
Yeah.
it off and then switch it back
have
on.
you tried to turn it off?
Have you
And
tried
back
to turn
on.
it off and on again?
Hello,
usually the
Xbox
first thing.
support. I've got a corrupted image. Just turn it off.
Turn it off.
Turn it back on.
Yeah, turn it back on. Usually it'll fix the whole thing. The third issue, which is the quick resume, which is a feature on the Xbox Series X. It seems that it doesn't work with all the games like it's supposed to. But the good news for this problem is that Microsoft is currently working on a fix, and not just a fix for this one. They'll be applying a lot of fix and patches for all these software updates. So to conclude this part, right, I guess this kind of goes back to what I mentioned earlier in one of the episodes. And when you buy a hardware, you always got to be aware that when you purchase a new hardware, you're also taking part in this thing called the Silicon Lottery.
Yeah.
I think players who have reported these issues may have been unlucky, and this is a really good reason or to actually support why they always have warranty every time you purchase something new, which is the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So please use up the warranty when you don't feel so lucky in the Silicon Lottery. And to add another part to this conclusion is that as much as the PlayStation 5 looks very flashy, there's a lot of reasons to buy it, especially because of its user interface. It seems that the Xbox Series X is taking the lead in terms of performance so far, because the list of issues that I've given for the Xbox Series X, mostly they're just software issues, whereas the PlayStation 5, especially that really loud disk reading thing, I'm not sure if they're able to fix that. I don't think you can fix that in any firmware updates. I think that's definitely a hardware issue.
Can you imagine owning a PlayStation 5 and then you have that disk drive issue?
Yeah.
And then you just call Sony support. It's like, hey, I have a disk drive issue. And then the Sony support will be like, have you tried buying an Xbox?
I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. But
There's nothing we can do for you.
you could buy yourself an Xbox and not have to face this issue.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Wait, this is so weird. Why don't they test out their products before sending it out?
No, I think
why won't they sit down with it for at least 2 months to test out what problems they have instead of just chucking everything out?
I think they do. I'm not going to discredit them by saying that they're not testing their products, but I think with the amount of stock that they push out, I don't think it's uncommon to have these issues, especially in the first release.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as customers, I think it's also our due diligence to just understand the fact that if you pre-ordered the PS5 and you got it immediately, you're gonna be somewhat of a guinea pig.
Yeah.
You're gonna be it's a scalable market experiment for Sony or Microsoft at this point, you know. And then as they refine these software updates and then new variants of the console is released, then you get a more refined system.
Yep.
And then you can buy it in full confidence then.
Because how I see this is exactly how we always tell people, do not pre-order a game.
Yeah.
Same goes to never pre-ordering a console.
Yeah.
That's why I said early in the segment where I never buy a first gen console, for example.
Yeah.
Right. It's definitely understandable because I'm assuming that the complaints are only from a handful of people.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So
Silicon Lottery, that's why.
yeah. So how I see this is if 10 people buy an Xbox and 10 people buy the PlayStation 5.
Right.
It's understandable if there are 1 or 2 defects because at the end of the day, it's like what you call it, a silicon lottery, and not everything that comes out are perfect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The only device I would ever pre-order or buy right when it gets launched is probably the iPhone, because they're always like perfect. The device itself is perfect when it's launched.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't also software update my iPhone right when a new iOS comes out because of the same reason.
Yeah. Just for the record, if I haven't purchased the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X or S, but from all of these issues, I don't really take much. I don't really have any like problem with the noise issue because I'm so familiar with it, and it's kind of maybe me just pointing out like, you know, maybe Sony or maybe Microsoft, maybe they really marketed their product to be this perfect, but I think that could have been like a little bit of a bad move.
Yep.
I wouldn't say it's wrong or right. I mean, obviously, you want to show what's the best part about what your product is, right? But I feel like they are leaning on too much on all of these, you know, these performances, and they have to prepare at some point. It's not gonna go as perfect as you think it is.
Because how I feel like usually there's also human error in play.
Yeah.
Let's just say, for example, every unit that comes out of the factory line has to be QC'd.
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah,
and everything is QC'd. But what happens during shipping?
Right.
What happens during the
right.
logistics part of it? Maybe someone in the warehouse accidentally dropped it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe as it fell, 1 out of 10 broke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And you'll never know.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what gaming company wants is to sell you a product. But if someone in the warehouse is not being paid enough, they accidentally drop 1 or 2, they're not going to report to their bosses, right?
That's a good thought, Kel.
Yeah.
That's a good thought.
So I mean, like
I mean, there's that part, and then there's the middle part,
Yeah.
right? And we're
May-
not really taking the middle part for accountability.
Well, I mean, we're talking about the supply chain here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
we're talking
so
about
many
supply chain.
things that a corporation isn't
Yeah.
accountable for.
Yep.
Yeah. But let's not dismiss that could be a good reason for hardware issues.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the other
Software.
issue, which is software issues,
Yeah.
That is another.
Yeah.
Another story.
That's completely accountable.
Yeah, that's completely accountable.
Hey, it's not
especially-
me, it's really you.
Like, dude, I saw the video for that. What the guy is playing Spider-Man out of nowhere.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
started
the green screen
stuttering, and then
sucks.
bam, and he started making this noise, and I'm like, oh my god, I've never even faced this on my PC.
waiting.
so, yeah.
I'm waiting for the first news of a Red Ring of Death or first news of the what does PlayStation have? The blue screen, right?
Yeah, the blue screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the blue screen, right?
Actually, you know what? I didn't include this Xbox Series X.
Wait, someone already bricked their console?
No, actually, no. Somebody actually had their PlayStation 5 bricked.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm
man.
not talking about that
Okay,
part. I'm talking
okay.
about like you said that at some point someone's gonna come up with a Red Ring of Death for the Xboxes.
Yeah.
That's what they're famous for, right? Somebody did had a I guess a defect with their Xbox Series X in which it became really fucking hot,
Oh, fuck.
shit.
like stove hot. Like when they're running their game,
Yeah.
it's so fucking hot but only one guy reported this
Yeah.
problem,
Yeah,
so he
probably a
returned it
defective
and
fan
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, one out of a million.
Yeah,
man.
one out of a million.
Yeah, because without the fan working,
Yeah.
your system gets super hot,
Yeah.
right? Because of the graphics unit and all that.
Because if we're talking about like the Red Ring of Death, I feel like the PlayStation 5 would most likely come into that little
Yep.
problem there because we were already getting a lot of noise issues from their side. So yeah, so far the Xbox Series
Eventually.
X has just been software issues. That's about
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
Microsoft has been working to fix everything up. Whereas the PlayStation 5, I don't really know how they're gonna handle this on the long run.
Moving on to the next news. So Capcom is coming up with cross promotions with their new downloadable
Oh my God, dude.
content.
Joe, I thought you were gonna like continue the whole shabacle about Capcom getting hacked and shit.
The non-funny topic of ransomware with Capcom.
The serious discussion.
But somehow we
tragedy.
always make it funny and laugh about it.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We're moving on.
It's serious
We're moving
shit.
on.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Joe.
Yes, so downloadable content DLC based on the movie that is coming to your theaters very soon. Monster Hunter, the movie with
What is that?
so it's starring Milla Jovovich and Tony Jaa.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I have.
You seen
Yeah,
the
I
trailer? You
just
saw the
saw
trailer,
it,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so they're basically US. Wait, not Tony Jaa, Milla Jovovich. She's a US Army that stumbled upon this world.
Yeah, actually,
thing.
they got teleported, right? Like they went to a portal. or
So
some
they
shit?
found signs or something. They followed it, and they got teleported to this world.
Oh damn! Sounds like a Michael Bay movie.
When they find Tony Jaa, the Thai martial artist,
Why do you have to highlight that?
dude? Because he's Tony Jaa, man.
Just for the
It's
record.
like Asian Rocky.
Just for the record, Joe is a Muay Thai fighter, and I see a lot of ambiguous reasons that why he's giving a shout out to what's his name, Tony Jaa,
Tony
Tony
Jaa.
Jaa,
Jaa.
my man.
martial artist.
Yes. So
So what's in this DLC, dude?
okay. So what's in this DLC is a 2-part event quest that features the Black Diablos and
So that makes him worse, right?
Sorry? What? A 2-part event quest featuring the Black Diablos and a Greater Rathalos. Two of the monsters that will be featured in the movie.
Do you know what a Black Diablo is?
No.
That
It was a question. I don't know either.
Sounded like you had a follow-up.
Right,
I
right.
thought you played Monster Hunter.
No, I only play Monster Hunter on the Nintendo consoles.
is there no?
No, but I
and
think
Diablos in it?
the Black Diablo and the Greater Rathalos are probably not in the games
Okay, okay.
because they're saying they're part of the DLC. Two
It's,
monsters are featured in the
it's
movie.
in the game. So
Yeah.
what Capcom does is it just basically reskins what's already in the game. So
right.
Diablos is in the game, Rathalos is in the game. So maybe this would be a little bit bigger than usual and a little bit
What are you showing that?
So I just did a quick Google search on Black Diablo in Monster Hunter World,
Yeah.
and it's the most ambiguously vague description. It says here, Black Diablo is a large monster in Monster Hunter World. I think all monsters in Monster Hunter World is a large monster.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wait. Okay. Apart from all of this content being included in this DLC, I'm anticipating, or actually, I'm expecting
Large
basically-
monsters.
not large monsters. Is it correct that, or am I just speculating at this point that they're gonna have Milla Jovovich
That
as
is
a fucking
true.
playable
That
character?
is
and
very
how does
true.
that work?
Can you say the name 5 times fast?
Milla Jovovich. Milla Jovovich.
Let me try. Milla Jovovich, Milla Jovovich, Milla
Oh, that's
Jovovich.
pretty good.
Milla
Alright.
Jovovich, Milla
Not bad.
Jovovich. I slurred at the end there.
Okay,
It
wait.
became Milla Jovovich.
Wait. So Monster Hunter World, right? We're talking about a bunch of big dudes and big women. All right, we're carrying a lot of shield plates, carrying a lot of big swords and shit,
bunch of small women
Certified
and small
freak
men
and small cats. Oh,
with huge ass weapons.
yeah, if Milla Jovovich is gonna
Thank
be,
God you said weapons.
if Milla Jovovich is gonna be in the DLC, does that mean we're gonna get like her tactical gear as well?
We'll get
some
we'll get
M14,
her.
huh?
We'll get her.
M14.
Like her face and everything. We'll get like literally her in game.
Do I get her
Right.
Glock?
I don't know. I really
Look,
want to see.
look, I
like-
saw the fucking trailer for the movie. I see a lot of military hardware in that shit.
Yeah,
It feels like
yeah.
Michael
'cause
Bay
she's a
movie.
But the
US
thing
Army
is, she
soldier.
ditches her weapons and stuff for more traditional weapons.
But why would you do that?
Because it's magic and
Oh,
beauty.
right.
Oh,
right,
magic.
right,
So they're not
yeah.
affected by bullets.
No, they're
by
not.
lead.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Kelvin should know about that. How is that so?
Anyways, I was googling.
You put them on the spot there.
I was googling. Okay, so I'm just gonna segue away from the story a bit here.
Yeah.
As we
okay.
always do.
Do you guys know who Milla Jovovich is married to?
No.
Wait, what? Okay, why are we talking about this? But then I didn't know
Paul
this.
She is-
Anderson.
Yeah, she's married to Paul Anderson, and Paul Anderson is one of the most. I wouldn't call it revered. What is the opposite word for revered?
Oh,
Like infamous?
Infamous.
I wouldn't call him infamous as well. So, okay, basically, Paul Anderson is a Hollywood director that has directed basically all Milla Jovovich film,
Right.
which was Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil,
Shit.
Mortal Kombat, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, and he does all this
What the fuck?
bad films.
Hey, come on. Don't
That
call
was,
them bad films, bro.
that
It's-
was pretty
It's
unfiltered.
films. It's films that you watch when there's literally nothing else to watch.
Yeah, I get what you
Right?
mean.
And
It's like you're going through your whole book of pirate DVDs.
I won't say bad
Then you're like,
films. I'll
everything
say
else doesn't have a
niche.
disc in it
It's-
other than that Resident Evil one. You're like,
It's really
fuck it.
when was the last time? When was the last time any of you watched a Resident Evil film and actually enjoyed it?
When it came out on TV.
The first time, right? Maybe the first.
I
one.
don't
We're
remember.
talking about HBO.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we're talking about that
we're
kind of
talking
stuff.
about Cinemax.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just let
Coming
me
back
put
from
this
school.
really blatantly. Would you pay full price, let's say 20 ringgit, for a ticket to watch Resident Evil in the cinema?
Yes.
Jeff?
No.
Chief? Joe?
Yes.
All right, I'm in the minority
the
here.
room's pretty divided. No, you guys, the room's divided.
But the thing is, I don't think that the films are bad. I just think that's what. No, we're not a minority.
All right,
I'm
all right.
in my own minority.
All right, I'm in my own minority here too.
I don't pay for movies
What?
because COVID.
I think what I'm trying to get here is
Yeah, yeah.
Paul Anderson is infamous for taking really good AAA title games and botch it in films.
Yeah, okay, that's a
Right.
good way of saying it. Yeah. I mean, okay, shit. I never really have much faith in making, movies based on a video game because I believe movies are where video games die, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's a way of saying, okay, this franchise is dying.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do pull it off.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
right?
they pull it off.
What's a game that turned into a movie that you think pulled it off?
No, there's this one. It's a really good one. I can't remember. But I remember it was based on a video game.
What's it about?
Okay, first of all, I would say, I know this might be an unpopular opinion.
Jumanji.
No, that's a board game.
It's still a game.
But it's based on a book about a fucking board game, bro.
Yeah.
Detective
it's
Pikachu. No, Detective Pikachu was okay. Okay. Sorry, Joe. I'm just gonna take more segue here. Okay, I'm just gonna name a few names, all right? And you guys just answer yes
Okay.
or no.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
These are movies based on video games.
yes. Okay. Video games.
Because
Okay.
I remember I watched a movie based on a video game and I fucking enjoyed it.
Okay.
Tron.
But that's not based on a video game.
It's an
bro.
arcade game.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I like Tron Legacy, which is the modern one.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, actually, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoyed Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie in that one.
Detective Pikachu.
I didn't really watch it.
Underwhelming.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, actually, that's good.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it. Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Sonic was the one?
Sonic is actually one of those movies that was actually surprisingly good.
Right.
If it's based on even if it's based on a video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
Mortal Kombat.
I haven't seen it.
No. Absolutely not. I watched them. It was fucked up.
Hitman.
Oh.
Okay.
Doom.
The one with the Dwayne Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Ew, okay.
I'm starting to get Kel's point.
Right.
Okay, more.
more.
Uh, Super Mario Bros.
Oh,
There's a movie?
I haven't seen that.
Have
one.
you seen that?
No.
I've
There's a
seen
movie?
it, but I seen like images.
How I would define Super Mario Bros. Is basically throwing you in an unfiltered shit pool, and you come out shittier than ever before.
Okay, here's what I have to say about this. Okay, I've never seen the movie, right? But even if it's good or bad,
Let me stop you there. YouTube it. Watch the trailer.
okay, wait. I'm gonna say this before I watch the trailer. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I have to respect them for trying to make a movie out of Super Mario Brothers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just so you know, this was made in the 80s or the 90s.
Let me see.
This is when Mario was at
This
its
is
peak.
1990,
Popularity.
1993.
Okay, I'm gonna watch. This is a random scene from just Goombas in the elevator. That's what the video is
Joe,
called.
have you watched it yet, Joe?
Fuck.
No.
Probably,
You
it
gotta
says
watch, Joe.
probably the
Fucking
most
Goombas.
famous scene in the movie.
Go ahead. Legit. Oh my god. I think it's a cult movie at this point.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
A cult that no one dares to actually admit they're in.
Ew. Come on, man. Don't.
I don't think anyone admits they're in a cult.
So for our audio listeners out there, just for the record,
That's Mario.
yeah,
That's Mario.
Yeah.
yeah. If you have not seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie, well, think of Gremlin and Ghostbusters. Put them together, and then dress everybody in really colorful clothing.
Dude, that guy looks like Dr. Phil and fucking.
I have to agree.
An orange lab
fucking
coat.
does. Yeah, dude.
So we're in a scene underground where they're just fixing pipes, and the pipes are just filled with gums.
Oh, I think that's Luigi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's Luigi.
That's Luigi.
Have you seen Goomba in the film?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's so fucking weird. Yeah. It's probably made by the same guy that made Gremlins, because I'm getting Gremlins vibe. Yep, there's the Goombas.
Yep, that's a Goomba.
Oh my god, it's so 80s, bro. Not saying that the 80s is a bad time for movies. I believe the 80s was a golden age of movies, but also the golden age for a lot of bad ones as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I figure I'm done with this shit. I can't take it. So yeah, I think my point is
Yeah, you made your point.
okay.
But Sonic the Hedgehog was good.
I have
would
yet
say
to
that.
watch it, but it did had a very shaky development.
Yes,
Remember the eyes
but it paid off really well.
and
Yeah.
the teeth?
Yeah, but it paid off really
Yeah.
well. So anyway, the theme content will come to Iceborne on the December 4th, ahead of the movie's US premiere on December 25th. I know
Christmas Day.
I am gonna probably watch it.
Joe, do we have
'cause I'm
any
curious.
Why is it coming out on
screenshot
Christmas Day?
of what Milla Jovovich
weird.
looks like in game?
Yes, on their Twitter.
Who's gonna go and fucking watch it on Christmas Day?
Is it in the
actually,
reference?
that's a weird
There's actually a
fucking
trailer
date.
on it.
Oh, nobody gets to go to the cinema anyways, right? I'm gonna watch it at home on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
It's not like a family thing, right? For Christmas this year,
I haven't been
let's
catching
watch
up.
Monster Hunter.
Mom, can we?
Sad fucking
Can,
Christmas.
can I have Monster Hunter? Dear, we already have Monster Hunter at
No,
home.
the movie, Mom.
Monster Hunter at home. Milla Jovovich.
See, the catch to this
Paul
is
Anderson.
the catch to this is if you buy the base game, you won't be able to play Milla Jovovich.
Of
Wait,
course not.
why?
Oh,
You can only get Milla Jovovich event when you buy Iceborne, the DLC, which
Oh.
costs a fuck ton.
How much is the
how much is a fuck ton?
Probably like triple digits, 100 ringgit plus. I have no clue. There's a sale going on actually.
Why are you laughing? What the fuck's
No,
going
I'm
on?
laughing because we have no clue because none of us here plays Monster Hunter except for probably Joe.
Kel?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't play Monster Hunter?
yeah, we
I don't
we're
play
cutting this
Mon-
out, but yeah.
The only Monster Hunter I skip is Monster Hunter World.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I've
the
always-
multiplayer one, right?
Yeah, which is the multiplayer one.
Which is a great game, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. I'm actually, I feel indifferent about Milla Jovovich because she's been portrayed as such a terrible actor or
I get what you
actress,
mean.
and
I get what you mean.
and whenever I see her name or her face on a
Yeah.
poster or a trailer,
Yeah.
I just manage my expectations.
Do you associate that with a bad movie?
I associate
Yeah.
that with her husband. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like Milla Jovovich. Okay, you know what? We're talking about movies. We're talking about B movies, and I think that's how a lot of people feel about B movies. You're not supposed to, how'd you say, get fucking hype over
Yeah.
it unless like it really appeals to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
B movies, man.
Unless it's about something that you really like,
Yeah.
that the fact that it's bad is just...
It just so happens Milla
something you can
Jovovich
look
has
past.
been known to be a B-list actor,
Yeah.
and when you see a B-list actor, it's like,
Which is
okay.
very unfortunate because she's actually quite an okay actress.
Yeah. She does her
I
own
just-
stunts. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
respect
She's
her
a
for
badass.
it.
Like, yeah,
she's
she
a
is. I'm
badass.
not saying she's not a badass.
Yeah.
I just say that she could have better opportunities in other films
Yeah.
that actually portrays her. Like, what's that? Crap.
Underworld.
No. From Need for Speed.
Oh,
What, the chick?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What's her name again? Blah
I
blah
think
Rodriguez.
it's-
Wait, Michelle Rodriguez is her name, right?
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
from Fast and the Furious.
Like
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez came out as a B-list actress, and she actually stumbled upon a few opportunities where put her into the spotlight. Like Need for Speed, for example,
Yeah.
she became a main character, and
Yeah.
she pulls it off
Wait,
so
sorry,
well.
sorry, Fast and the Furious. Is it Need for Speed or
God
Fast and
damn
the
it!
Furious?
Yeah, Fast and the Furious, not Need for Speed.
But supporting what you said, the thing. Okay, but let me just like rebuke you for a bit by saying the thing is like if you want to compare the Fast and Furious and Resident Evil, they're two entirely different things.
No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm comparing actresses to actresses,
Oh, okay,
saying
okay,
that
okay.
Michelle Rodriguez. She always plays the characters that she's either a pilot who dies,
Right,
or she's that side hustle that died.
She's that rough and
Yeah.
tough girl.
She's the rough and tough supporting actress.
Right.
But when Need for Speed came in, she is still a supporting actress, but she actually had the limelight being this guy. What's his name again?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel's muse.
Yeah.
Right. And they actually portrayed her to be an actress that can actually act.
Right.
Right. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is like, what's the name? Milla Jovovich actually could have better opportunities elsewhere, but I
Yeah.
don't know why she just stuck with that. And before you say anything,
Yeah.
these are my opinion and my opinions only. I don't hate the film. I just hate how they brought an amazing franchise and made the film ridiculous.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
milked it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they write it off too much on the game as well. They kind
I
of
rem-
botched it.
I remember us having a conversation about movies that are based on video games. I think like, I don't know, maybe like 20 episodes ago.
Mm.
And then we concluded that it's the movie is always going to be inferior
Yeah.
for the simple fact that it takes away the number one thing in video games that makes it that much more enjoyable, which is the control over the circumstances that you are in. Like in a movie, you can't. If you play the game and then you watch the movie, you equate the connection that you have with the character differently.
Right,
And then you feel that dissonance
yeah.
in watching the movie,
Right?
and you're like
Yeah,
wondering,
yeah,
like,
that's absolutely
why was it
correct,
written
yes.
this way?
Yeah. This is not an opinion. This is actually a fact right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a very important factor as to why we think that a lot of movies based on video games are bad. Maybe they're not bad like in the way that they are produced. They're just bad in the way that the experience is translated to us.
Yeah, their execution.
Yeah.
And also time.
Yeah,
And
that's
also
yeah.
time.
Yep.
So up next on news, I'm going off with to another segue again. It's not on the script, but I want to talk about CD Projekt Red.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Because this time around, they came out with their Q3, which is Quarter 3 Earnings 2020 report.
Wow.
And they have to remind their investors not once, not twice, but 3 times that Cyberpunk will be released on December 10 and there will be no delays anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good to hear.
And also adding up to that, they were trying to remind their investors that the Witcher franchise has made more than $6 million USD in revenue in the last quarter itself.
They're
in
still
2020.
making money?
They're still making money from The Witcher
My
3 itself.
goodness.
Right? And this 6 million, it was 60% more than 2019.
There's
Wait,
so,
what
so
did
not,
you say? 60%
Yeah,
more?
So
Almost-
not only are they still making money,
Mm-hmm.
they're making more this year than they
Yes.
did last year.
Right?
Wow.
And going back to the
That's
release date of
fantastic, man.
December 10, I believe that it will be coming out on December 10 indefinitely, because you guys heard about the Cyberpunk 2077 leak?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
I actually caught wind of it,
All right.
but I didn't check it out.
Joe, do you hear about that, Joe?
No.
Yeah, so
I stayed clear of that
yeah,
shit.
I stayed clear until this news was surfaced this week, right? So there are two people that kind of got their got their hands on the hard copies of Cyberpunk 2077.
How?
And they leaked it out on Twitter. If I'm not mistaken, it was Twitter or
People gotta
LinkedIn.
have good things,
But
man.
but the leak itself was so terrible because there were a bunch of stoners. Like the leak is. I'm not gonna leak it to any one of you. I'm not even going to bother. But just hear me out.
Yeah.
They leaked it out with about 10 minutes of prologue, 10 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
But throughout the whole leak, they were just laughing. They were talking like, "Hey, bro, blah 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 blah." It was such a bad leak that you don't really get anything out of it.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was a very.
This is a bunch of assholes, I
It,
guess.
I
Well,
think.
they'd be bigger assholes if the leak was substantial.
Yeah.
So they're
So-
not actually assholes.
So what this means
You're
is physical copies are already in the United States warehouse, somewhere
Right.
in the warehouse.
Right.
All right.
So somebody got their hands on it.
So maybe
Ow,
someone.
wow.
Yeah, it's a supply chain issue again, right?
Maybe it's Egregor again.
Oh my god.
oh my god, let's not
Yeah.
get onto that.
So I just want to say, I'm really looking forward to December 10. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
We've seen gameplay footages.
Yeah,
on,
we have. What's
Yeah.
the point of leaks at this
Yeah,
point? Yeah.
we've seen gameplay footages on the PC,
Yeah.
the Xbox, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and guys, it's a beautiful game.
Oh yeah.
It's a beautiful game, and I just want December 10th to come around the corner.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's not really that far. Actually.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Think about
Yeah,
it.
from when this episode is gonna air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, less than 3 weeks
Should
is
be
gonna.
next week by the time this episode is out.
Oh boy, my wallet's gonna be empty.
So here's a bit of a fun fact, right? We know that Cyberpunk has been around for 7 years, right?
Oh my
The
God.
first teaser that was teased
Yeah.
was in 10th January 2013.
That's right.
And these are a huge list of what has happened since then.
Okay. So
All
there
right.
we go.
Okay.
Let's go. 7 years, right?
Things that have happened since Cyberpunk was announced. 2 Resident Evil remakes,
Ooh.
2 Rockstar open world games, 2 Dark Souls,
Oh my God.
3 Gears of War, 11 Call of Duties, 9 Assassin's Creed, 2 God of Wars, 2 Miyazaki games, 2 Uncharted, 2 Devil May Cry's, 3 Watch Dogs, 2 games and 1 Kojima demo, 1 The
We all
Last
know who that
Guardian,
demo was.
2 Fallout games, 4 Battlefield games,
Wow.
2 World Cups happened.
Wow.
1 entire Star Wars trilogy. 6 Yakuza games. 2 Popes. 2 Spider-Man reboots. 3 Avenger movies. Wii U and the death of Wii U and the birth of the Nintendo Switch. Launch of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5.
Wow.
Launch of Xbox One and Xbox Series. Stadia's birth. And Skyrim in the fridge.
Wow.
11 Call of Duties?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what was the part. I'm like, what? That's how many Assassin's Creed you mentioned just now?
2. Sorry, 9.
9?
9 Assassin's Creed. Wait. In 7 years?
Yeah. So
Look,
I'm sorry.
This
So-
this
so
list,
this was-
right, is a testament to what corporations do in the gaming industry.
Let's
Right?
just-
You're looking
Yeah.
at Ubisoft and Activision.
Yeah.
They hold the most number of releases
Yeah.
in the span of 7 years.
Let's just put it in a principle of a human being. Okay, if you were born on 10th January 2013, you have learned how to crawl, you learn how to talk, you learn how to walk, you learn how to run, and you're probably in standard 1 right now.
Yeah. First day of school.
God, dude.
Shit.
That's how long Cyberpunk has been around.
Holy crap. But yeah, feels like 7 years. It's been ages, man. I don't
I-
know why time's moving real fucking slow for me.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised there's 9 Assassin's Creed. I can't
2013.
fucking remember Wait, so it's got Black Flag, Syndicate, Origin, Odyssey, Valhalla. There's 4 more.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very
Does that
interesting
include
recap.
Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3?
I don't know.
Maybe the remasters.
Because there's 3, there's Revelations,
Yeah.
there's Brotherhood.
And then you're also talking about the ones that are on like the PSP.
Oh right, and then there's the side-scrolling Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
game. Yeah. Which I
Yeah,
think
it's been a crazy
Yeah,
it's
almost
been
7
a
years.
crazy decade. And what's crazier than that is Red Dead Redemption is going for standalone.
Wow.
All right, I'm not talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 itself. Red Dead Redemption Online.
Okay. Can you please fill me in on what does that mean?
Okay, think of GTA 5.
Right.
All right, there's 2 parts of the game.
Yes.
The first part is a single-player game where you play as Trevor, Michael, and
Franklin.
Franklin. Okay, and then there's also GTA 5 Online, which is the
Okay.
Okay. So can you imagine if they released GTA 5 as 2 games?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the first game is GTA 5 single player, and the second game is GTA 5 Online standalone.
I think that's good.
Well, wait.
Because if you don't want to play the single player mode
Yeah.
and you just want to play the online mode, it saves a lot of space on your console.
right.
That's one, and you don't have to pay as much.
Yep, that's where you're wrong.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Because Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online comes at 127 GB. All right.
Online.
Yeah, it comes at 127 GB and also preloaded with Red Dead Redemption 2 single player game itself. But
What?
yeah, so if you pay, okay, so the introductory price of Red Dead Redemption Online would be $4.99 or 20 ringgit.
Oh.
It is 75% off regular price.
Whoa.
Wait
Okay,
a minute.
but if you pay for $5 or 20 ringgit, you can only play the online version of the game.
Oh, so they're doing it like Modern Warfare.
Yes.
You download the file,
Yes.
but you got to pay to unlock it.
Yes.
Right.
Man.
Right,
I had it. I had it going for them.
Yeah. So this one really took everyone in shock.
Yeah.
Because one, Red Dead Redemption Online has been getting a lot of flack online from hackers, people who has been modding their characters to KKK.
Oh my God, what's new?
Right.
shit.
And it has been a whole. How do you pronounce it? Debauchery.
Shabacle?
Shabacle, right?
Shabacle,
yeah,
debacle.
I'm not sure if
it's
that's really
it's
a
a
word.
whole shabacle of an episode for RDR Online because the servers are broken, the gameplay is broken, the AI is broken.
Listen, man, Rockstar.
Rockstar doesn't keep their servers
they
in
don't
healthy
fucking
condition, do they?
They're the
Yeah.
worst, man.
If you are interested in RDR Online, it's coming out on December 1st with a introductory price of $4.99 or 20 ringgit. It will be available on PlayStation Store, Microsoft Store, Rockstar Game Launcher, Epic Game Store, and also Steam.
I'm probably gonna get it.
Well, the
Um,
RDR Online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, man.
Do you really? It's not really worth it because
I
I've
mean,
I've
$20,
experienced.
I'd like to try it out.
Okay, yeah. You know what? For $20, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
For $20.
This is a bit of a off the chart news, but it's also RDR related. So the horses for the the horses mechanic has been so bad, and the design
really?
for horses has been so ugly that there are a bunch of modders out there modding their horses in RDR by taking the assets of The Sims 3.
Oh my God!
they have
that
better
is
horses?
So humiliating.
Yeah, so apparently The Sims 3, one of the DLC which
Is
includes
it Sims 3 or Sims 4? I feel like it's
Sims 3.
Yeah, okay.
Sims 3.
The horse?
Yeah, the horses are so beautiful and so nicely designed.
textured.
Yeah, textured that people has been modding the asset of the Sims 3 horses into Red Dead
My
Redemption.
God, dude! Like seriously.
That was a very embarrassing news.
But this is for RDR 1 or 2?
2.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Really?
Yeah,
Rockstar, man.
so that's fun.
I
They're
never
like-
knew that the horses was actually that bad looking in RDR 2.
Like Rockstar, it's badass in a way that they just don't give a shit.
Actually, no, they were badass until GTA 5. After that, they've been very
The whole game shop fucked it
lazy.
all up.
Yeah. They've been very lazy, I guess.
Maybe because they've made fuck tons of cash.
Maybe, yeah. That's one of the effects that you
Yep.
get when you make a fuck ton of cash. It makes you real lazy, man.
Yeah, it does, man.
Yeah, which I'm worried for every I'm worried for the Phasmophobia developer because I'm scared that he might get lazy and
fall into that trap.
I hope not.
It's good that CD Projekt Red hasn't fallen into that trap, and I hope they don't.
It has been a crazy week within the gaming realm, and it's only going to get crazier with Cyberpunk right around the corner and new developments from the next-gen console scene. So we'll be sure to check them out and report back to you once it is out. So what do you think about the PS5 and Xbox issues? Will you be playing Red Dead Redemption 2? And what games have you bought during the Black Friday sales? Or is there something you're looking forward to get on Cyber Monday? Shoot us a DM on Instagram at EpicArcadePod or shoot us an email over on epicarcadepod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Well, have a good week ahead. We'll see you on Discord.
Epic Arcade is a proud member of the Renegade Radio Network. If you want to find more Malaysian-made podcasts, you can visit our website at rngdr.com. The Epic Arcade Boys have been Kelvin Tay,
Hello.
Afiq K,
Bye.
Jeff K, myself, and the rest of the team are our intern producer, Jovan Lam, and camera video guy, Azrul, a.k.a. Chief.
If you like the show, please rate us on iTunes and Podchaser and tell us why you come back every week to hear us spill our love for video games. If you want to chat, follow us on our socials at Epic Arcade Pod. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that jazz. You can email us at epicarcadepod@gmail.com.
As always, we are the Epic Arcade Boys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more weekly game updates. And remember to click the bell button so you'll always be notified when we have a new video up.
Epic Arcade.
Signing out.